Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
And that's how it ended. Tanji's 3 misses, one of their rare misses of the day. Boise State celebrates. The Broncos hang on. What a win. Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. My name is BJ Rains. Let me know if you can hear us okay. We're going to have Coach Leon Rice joining us in just a couple of minutes. He's finishing up his radio interview. We're going to have a couple players as well. And wow, what do you say about that one? We want your comments. We want your thoughts. Boise State picking up a quad 2 win with an 80-78 win here at Moby Arena. My name is BJ Rains. This is the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. So thankful for all of you for checking us out tonight. We appreciate you. As always, we are broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios on the road today at Moby Arena. Make sure you pick up one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. And I can't think of a better time to pop open a Cutwater Spirits cocktail. Maybe that margarita, maybe that Mai Tai. Man, any of them sound good right about now. What an incredible game. It was a quad 2 game, a game that Boise State really needed to have for a lot of reasons. They stay in contention for the Mountain West race, now just 1 game back. You obviously help yourself stay in contention for a better seed for the NCAA tournament. And you know, it wouldn't have been a bad loss. I mean, it's a quad 2 game, but it was certainly a game that you wanted to win if you were Boise State and needed to win, like I said, for the Mountain West race. And what can you say? They held off an incredible 3-point barrage from Colorado State. Colorado State was 7 of 10 at one point. They finished 13 of 22, one of the better 3-point games Colorado State has had all season as they go 13 of 22 from downtown. But the final one, as you saw in the clip there, Tyson Degenhart plays great defense, and they're unable to hit the final 3 to win the game after Tyson Degenhart misses the second free throw, which would have made it a 3-point game. He does finish with 19 points, a game high for Boise State on 7 of 10 shooting. Marcus Shaver Jr. had 15 points, Abba with 15, and Najee Smith with 17 as well. As Coach Rice is going to come join us. He can come right here, Coach, if you want. Coach Rice is going to join us in just a minute. 49.2% Boise State shoots from the field. The final rebounding numbers were 34-25. And wow, just what a game. 80-78. Boise State does finish this one off. Broncos get their 20th win of the season. Man, what else can you say? We'll take a couple of your comments, and Coach Rice is going to join us in just a minute. He's walking over here right now, so I'll actually go ahead and get a couple of the sponsors out of the way while Coach Rice grabs the mic. RowPaint.com, 15% off. They're offering it right now. Our title sponsor, BNN15, is the promo code. You can use that promo code for 15% off the interior painting of your house, BNN15 at RowPaint.com. And Lithia Ford of Boise as well. They got that trade deal going right now. They will buy your trade, and you can offer the trade for, even if you don't want to buy from them, they'll take your trade and they will give you a cash offer on the spot. We welcome in Boise State coach Leon Rice. Coach, I know it was a little bit of a trek to make it up here, but a little happier trek after the way that game ended. Congratulations.
I don't mind it after that. That's no doubt about it.
How do you put that one into words? A back and forth game. I mean, you get this your 20th win of the season, but I would say, Coach, given the circumstances and everything, that's one of your better wins.
It really was. I mean, you saw, that's this Colorado State team, number one, they're so much better than their record. They've just, sometimes you have a year like, it's remarkable how many close games, tonight. It was a one possession game, and if that shot goes down, they win. And they've had so many of those. It's crazy. And so we have a lot of respect for them. We know how good they are. And they had 8 days to prep, and I thought they came out, and, man, they look sharp. If we wouldn't have responded, they could have blown us out of here. And that's what it was looking like for a few minutes. They were playing great. And, all their threes were, snapped off, hanging on the rim and dropping.
Oh my God. I've never seen some of them bounce in like that in the first half.
Yeah. But our guys, we kind of bowed our necks and drew the line in the sand, and we just kept coming, and we overcame something. I thought our bench did a great job tonight. And
you used it early a lot too.
Yeah, I had to. It was, playing at altitude is real. And when you have to guard these guys at altitude, it's tough. You're chasing. It takes a lot out of you for the offensive end. So, I thought everybody that came in off the bench really helped us and did some good things. And, Lucas was huge with some big rebounds, put back late, and then a great defensive play at the other end, on their big guy.
Well, let's go back to the first half first. You're down 26-16 with about 7 minutes to go. You called the timeout, and you guys finally got rolling. You just needed a 3 to go in, something to happen, 21-5 to end the half up 6.
Yeah, that was huge, because like I said, that first 10 minutes, they got after us, and we had to respond, and we did. That's the beauty of these guys. They listen and they respond, and I thought we did a great job of that. And then tonight, I thought our guys did a great job of adjusting. And, when Shave went out, some of the other guys got more aggressive. When Tyson went out, Shave got more aggressive. And, we just, because we got that starting five does the bulk of our scoring. But if I can mix and match, then, you still have a couple of 2 or 3 of them out there at a time.
Yeah.
And still score.
I mean, every time one team would make a run, the other team came back. I mean, you guys started to get a little bit of distance. You're up 10 there early in the second half. They go on a 12-2 run, tie the game. You had the foul and the three-pointer that puts them. I mean, it was just an incredible game.
They're shot makers. And, this Mountain West tournament is going to be crazy. I mean, you got Wyoming that just went down to New Mexico and won on the road.
Yeah.
That quote unquote is our 11th place team right now. And I think Colorado State's right there.
Fresno's up at the half on San Diego State right now. I mean, you never know.
It is just lots of good teams, lots of guys that if you don't play an A game, you're in trouble. And, like I said, I credit Colorado State. They played terrific. And, then I credit our guys. We responded and we had a lot of respect for them. We know how good Stevens is. We know how good their players are and how good their coaches are. We came in ready to go. They just, I thought they were really, really sharp after 8 days off.
I thought Buzo had a couple huge shots. Yeah. Obviously, Tyson, you're managing his foul trouble, but he had some huge shots as well.
No doubt. And we did a good job. We got to the glass at 12 offensive rebounds. That was huge on a night like this because you just got to keep fighting and find a way. And again, I thought Lucas got a big putback, late in the game.
The final play there when the last free throw is missed you guys have obviously practiced that a lot, but they have no timeouts left. It's just a scramble.
Yeah. And I have to look at the film, but the one thing we wanted is we didn't want Stevens to touch it. We know the magic he has. If he touches it, he's somehow making it. It's remarkable. And I think, I felt like Jace somehow kept it out of his hands, and I don't know how, but we'll look at the film. But that was the plan. That's what we said. Jace, do not let Stevens touch it. Somebody else has to shoot. And, we're fortunate.
A quad 2 win, Coach. I know a lot of people from the outside thought this was a game that you guys should just come in here and take care of business. And the computer numbers didn't say that. Nothing really said that. The point spread was like 2 points. I mean, for you guys to, I think the Ken Palm number was like 3 or 4. I mean, it was just everything said this was going to be exactly what happened tonight. And to get a quad 2 win and to, as you say, recently survive and advance here. I mean, what does this do for you guys moving forward?
Well, that was huge. And like I said, it's just, that's when you have a great year, you win games, you find a way to win games like this, and that's what these guys did again. And that's pretty special because it's hard to do. And like a road win in this conference is gold. I mean, it's remarkable, especially right now. I mean, you got teams banged up, teams, Shave's coming off his injuries. Just everybody's managing something. So to find a way to win any game in February is tough in this league.
Final thing, Coach. By the way, your 10th 20-win season. Congratulations on that. You got 2 big home games coming up, though, and I assume
I think we should count the COVID year too. That was 19.
Okay, I'm just going on the game notes here from Nate. But last thing, 2 big home games coming up. You need Extra Mile Arena rocking.
Oh no, huge. We got great games coming up at home and starting Sunday. I mean, let's have it packed. You got limited chances to see that. All these games are so competitive and so tough that if we don't have our crowd there lifting these guys up, and I'm so appreciative of our crowd. Our crowd has been so great this year and so loud, and we need a big one Sunday. We need to sell out with it. Like I said, we've got 120 minutes left in Extra Mile. It means so much to these guys to have a huge following in Extra Mile, and let's sell out these last 3 games because this is a special group and fun. They're giving everything they have, and we need the help of the fans to get us through these.
Well, nice win, Coach. Appreciate it. And thanks for making it exciting for me, making the trip here. And congratulations on the win.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. There he is. Coach Leon Rice. Safe travels back after Boise State wins this one 80-78. We're going to have Tyson Degenhart join us in just a second. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News. Want to throw that plug in there. YouTube.com/Bronco Nation News. We'd love to have you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you don't already. And please go download our app as well. The Bronco Nation News app is available on the App Store and on Google Play. And we would love for you to go download that as well. Those are 2 easy, free things that we offer, and we love you to do that. And while you're at it, save the date for the golf tournament, by the way. It's June 2nd out at Timberstone. You don't need that, Mike. There you go. And June 2nd out at Timberstone. And who knows, maybe able to see this gentleman out there on the course. You never know. But Tyson Degenhart joins us now. Tyson, appreciate the time, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How do you describe that one, man?
It was, gutsy win. They had credit to them. They shot the ball really well tonight, and they played really hard, and we're just happy to get the win.
What was going through your mind there when you stepped to the line with 1-1 with 6 seconds to go?
I had to, talk to myself a little bit and make sure I made the first one because that's the most important one. And then on the second one, just don't leave it short because if you leave it short, you don't give it a chance to go in. So it did clank, but we got the win. So.
They had no timeouts left. Obviously, I'm sure you've practiced that before, but what was that kind of scramble like there? And then you got back in time to get the hand up there.
Yeah, it's just, just communication was huge for us. That was one of our keys coming in. We have to communicate with how many sets they run and how hard they run it. So, with that scramble drill, we just had to communicate, find a man, get a hand up and just contest it the best we could without fouling.
People are asking if you got a hand on the ball there. Did you get you got some contact there? Okay.
No ball.
You just got the hand up, though, and it obviously altered the shot. How difficult, how frustrating it was that when they kept banging in some of those threes and some of them were bouncing up in the air and going back in. And, I mean, they made 13 of them tonight. How frustrating was that? And was it, just them hitting some crazy shots, or was your defense not great, or what?
Could have been a mix of both. Sometimes the ball just rolls in, and that's the kind of night it was. And we had to make some adjustments, but they're a great shooting team when they get hot, and they got hot tonight.
What was it, going on the road in the Mountain West, man? It's never easy, and obviously this is a team that was 3-9 in league, and every time one team would make a run, the other team would make a run. I mean, how do you just describe the back and forth of this game? I mean, it just seemed like no team could feel comfortable. Even when you guys were up 10 early in the second half, they came right back with a 12-2 run and tied it up.
You just can't get complacent on the road, even though the crowd wasn't as big as it was last year, they made some noise, and they helped Colorado State get back into the game, and so there's just so many ebbs and flows of the game that, you just got to play through each and every one of them.
Apparently the official scorer gave you a block, they say on the YouTube chat there. So,
hey, I'll take that. I'll take it.
You were obviously battling foul trouble again. What's that like where you're just kind of coming in and out a little bit and you couldn't, that big run that your team went on there late in the second half, you weren't really a factor for most of that because you were on the bench with the fouls, and then you came in and didn't waste any time in the second half, going to work. But what's that like when you're kind of in and out a little bit dealing with the foul trouble, but trying to contribute when they're in there and obviously not pick up that fifth?
It is kind of frustrating, sometimes the refs just got your number some nights, and tonight was one of them. but you just got to play through anything that the game throws at you. And, even when you're on the bench, you're still going to make an impact on the game, communicate, help the guys out on the court.
What else? I mean, Buzo hit some big shots. I mean, what else? What takeaways, especially in the second half? What else do you take away from this game?
We can close out a game like that. And, I think that's huge for us going down the stretch. And, we're going to have some close ones down the stretch, and, we know how to win in some close ones.
What did it say about you guys? I'm trying to see the exact point, but I mean, they had a couple different times where they had all the momentum. They went up by 3 on that Stevens shot. They had the foul in the corner where they hit the 3 and then made the free throw to take the lead. I mean, you guys obviously been in a lot of battles like this, more so maybe last year in some of these close games, but this year too. And just you guys didn't really panic or let the pressure get to you, and you came back and kind of chipped away, even early in the game when they were up by 10.
Yeah, we've been in a couple of these close ones throughout the year, at St. Louis, at Nevada. We kind of have been in some close road games, and, with that experience, you learn a lot of things about yourself, and we just used everything that we learned in these past couple of games that have been close and use it to our advantage tonight.
What do you make of the next 2 home games coming up? You got a big opportunity here against Sunday against UNLV and then New Mexico.
Just got to take it one game at a time, if we get ahead of ourselves, we may let one slip, and we can't afford to do that at this time of the year.
Hey, man, safe travels back. Nice win. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There he is, Tyson Degenhart. We appreciate him. We're going to tell you about a couple of our sponsors while we get Najee Smith lined up here, and we'll bring him on quickly. I know we don't have a ton of time. They got to get out of here, but we'll try to throw a couple of quick questions at Najee. But, hey, if you're looking for a new job, how about Transportation Compliance Service? Transcomservice.com can help you out every step of the way if you're looking for a job to get into the trucking industry there, and they can help you with the permits and all that stuff. So if you're looking for a new job, look for transcomservice.com. The Blue and Orange Store, if you're looking for some new Boise State gear, the Blue and Orange Store can help you out. The blueandorangestore.com is the site to go to, and they have free shipping for any order over $40. And if you're in the Boise area, you can go to the Boise Town Square Mall on the 2nd floor, and they will take care of you there as well. Najee Smith, nice enough to join us here for a couple of minutes. Congratulations, man. What a win.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's only been 10, 15 minutes, but how do you put that one into words, man?
That's just hard work and determination and trust between us. And I think it really shows a lot at the end of games when you have a good team and great teams. There's a big separation in how they finish games, and I think we've definitely taken that step to finish games.
I know a lot of people thought this was going to be, you look at the 3-9 conference record for Colorado State and thought you guys would just come in here and roll over them, but I mean, all the computer numbers, everything said this was going to be a close game. I mean, you guys got what you thought you were going to get from them, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We knew they were going to definitely have our number and try to come out tough, and everyone plays better at home, so It's always tough to win on the road. It was a big-time win for us, for sure.
If you put the mic a little closer to your mouth, if you don't mind. What did you make of the 13 threes they hit? Was that frustrating when some of them were bouncing up and going back in? I mean, you guys were doing everything right, and they had some success from the outside tonight, which had to be frustrating.
We definitely pride ourselves on not letting teams hit threes, so it was definitely a hard thing to do, to know that that's where they were making their money tonight. But there was a couple tough ones and one corner threes, and tough ones down the stretch, but you just got to keep playing.
What about for you, man? Early on, you were kind of the only offense. Some guys were struggling. Guys kind of seemed out of sync a little bit, and you guys got down a couple times, and you kind of went on some big runs yourself. You scored 11 straight for the team there. I mean, what did you kind of feel like you needed to be extra aggressive tonight, or things just kind of came to you?
100%. I feel like you never know whose night it's going to be. Sometimes Shaver needs to take over and put the team on his back. Sometimes Tyson, So you just got to wait for your moment and then step up.
What was that like when you guys were down 10 early in the first half and they had the momentum and not much was going right for you guys? You look up, you got 16 points in 14 minutes or whatever it was. How'd you guys kind of, calm it down? Because then you ended the half on a 21-5 run to have the lead.
I don't think we calmed it down at all. I think we started turning it up more and more. And finally, we got some energy, some life on the bench. We were making some plays for each other, and it felt like our basketball again.
And then in the second half, what was that like, the back and forthness? Like I said, every time you guys would get up 10, they'd come back and they'd tie it up with a run. Then you guys would get the lead. I mean, was that a fun game to play in? And what does it say about the veterans you guys have on this team, where you didn't let it, you didn't panic down the stretch?
For sure. It's always fun to be in close games. It's always fun to battle and watch the clock, and it's a close game. Our veterans, we definitely stepped up big time. Shout out to Jace Whiting, with Shaver hurt. He came in there. He definitely did a good job holding his own. So, just shout out to our seniors for just holding it down.
I thought Buzo had some big shots too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Buzo definitely came in. We didn't know what we were going to get from him, but he's been phenomenal this year.
Hey, man, final thing, you got 2 big home games coming up. Sunday night, kind of a rare Sunday night game against UNLV, and then New Mexico. Nice opportunity for you guys here. What's the message to try to sell out Extra Mile Arena here?
We're coming for blood. We smell blood in the water. There's a lot of hope for this team. There's a lot of expectations that we're going to fulfill. So we're ready. We're ready for this last stretch.
Well, hey, man, appreciate your time. Safe travels back. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
There he is, Najee Smith. We appreciate him for coming on. Hey, we'll tell you about Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Thanks, Nate Lowry, as well, for his help with the interviews. And wishing Nate and everybody at Boise State safe travels back tomorrow morning. They'll be driving down to the Denver airport and then spending the night tonight in Denver, and then heading back after tomorrow morning after they get some rest in Denver. But Matt Bauscher Real Estate, the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Mr. Johnson, take care. Nice win. Number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, BauscherRealEstate.com. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. We appreciate him. And I think we got to make that's a tough call on the player of the game there. You got a couple options, and let's think about it. We're going to give it to I think you got to give it to we're going to go Najee Smith. I'm giving it to Najee Smith. He just came on the show, and I thought he hit some huge buckets, particularly in the first half when Boise State had nothing going. I think Tyson Degenhardt had a great second half as well and hit some huge shots, and we can maybe make it Bauscher Real Estate players of the game. But congratulations to both those guys. Hey, we're going to get to your comments, your thoughts in just a minute. We got some highlights as well, but I want to go ahead and thank the rest of our sponsors here. 229-8222 United Commercial Insurance. They make business insurance easy. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. So if you're looking for business insurance, they can help you out at United Commercial Insurance. They make business insurance easy. And if you're looking for a dentist, my family went and saw Dr. Miner today, and he helped my son 2 teeth removed for Naismith Reigns today. So BoiseDentistryCode.com, full family dentistry, and they would love to help you out. Again, BoiseDentistryCode.com, 5 locations. You can find a location near you. And our road trip coverage, last but certainly not least, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Their online banking, their e-branch mobile banking, so easy to use. And we're very appreciative of Idaho Central Credit Union for helping us be the only local media outlet that made the trip here. You got Bob Beeler for KTIK. He's obviously calling the games. But other than him and Abe Jackson, your only local outlet here is Bronco Nation News. And so we're proud to do that, and thankful to Idaho Central Credit Union for making that happen. We're back here on the post-game show. We'll switch over to the other camera here so I'm not looking awkwardly off to the side. We got a lot of comments to get to, your thoughts to get to. Colin Mitchell jumped in to get us a few highlights as well. Kind of a crazy finish to that one, and we'll see. JD subscribed. Awesome. We appreciate that. Time to sell out, Bronco Nation. Let's go back up higher here because I missed some of these. Let's see if we can go all the way back. A win is a win. I agree. Big win. Texas A&M also won good tonight. St. Louis had a big win as well. So we'll see what happens to some of the metrics. Closer than I thought it would be. Go Broncos. Quad 2 win. Doesn't matter how it looked. A win is a win. Let's see if the Ken Palm numbers have been updated yet. They are updated, and since Boise State basically did what Ken Palm said, they didn't really move much in the rankings. But Boise State improved to 20-6 and 10-3 in the Mountain West. 1 game back of Colorado State, who I understand was, of San Diego State, who I understand was losing at the half. CSU fans thought that was a foul. You can't call that really there. My son called the 2-point difference. That's right. Naismith on the pregame show said that the number of teeth that he got pulled today was what Boise State was going to win by 2. So how about that? He actually called it again. So easy enough that I can save the prize in-house and not have to waste it. But Perry says that Rams had 13 threes. Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible barrage. And some of the ones in the first half were like bouncing off the rim and going way up in the air. I mean, that was just some incredible shots that Colorado State hit in the first half especially. And then in the second half, Boise State just couldn't pull away. They kept hitting huge threes. Even Stevens there with 9 seconds left hits the 3. And so, just one of those days for Colorado State. And the fact that Boise State was still able to pull it out and survive that craziness is just huge. And it doesn't matter. You'll take the win. Bill says doesn't have any fingers left. Spread was -3. Boise State killing it on this squad. Yeah, I mean, that was a tough missed free throw there by Degenhardt. I mean, him or Max Rice, I guess, would be the two you'd want at the line. You feel pretty good about Tyson Degenhardt at the line, but misses the second one. Obviously, the first one was big because that was the 1-and-1. He makes the second one, and then or makes the first one, misses the second, and you're up. And that was just a kind of crazy final scenario there. And we do have some highlights, as I said, from Colin. And I kind of texted him some videos, and I don't think they were in the right order. So hopefully he was able to do that for me. Appreciate that. Johnny Ballgame, appreciate him for checking in. Leon goes to the bench early, and it paid off. Maybe a sign of things to come. Defense is a bit of a concern. Maybe, but I kind of chalked this one up to Colorado State. Just hit some crazy shots. I didn't really think the defense was super terrible in this game. After they rebounded well. Let's see what the final rebounding numbers were: 25-34. So Boise State won the glass pretty easily. Boise State had 12 offensive rebounds. Colorado State had 19 defensive rebounds. So I thought Boise State actually defended okay, but I just think a lot of it was Colorado State, having a great night shooting. Melinda says, as the announcer would say, sweet as church music. I didn't get to hear Mr. Cravens tonight. What were his best sayings? And are you guys fans of Cravens or not? I kind of think he's kind of polarizing. Some love him, some hate him. But sweet as church music certainly was an 80-78 win for Boise State. BSU showing some heart. Hot as a Texas parking lot was one that I guess he used at one point. Fresno up on San Diego at the half. Will Stevens' eligibility ever end? Yeah, that's a 20. By the way, I looked it up, and I know Leon said the COVID season cost him one, but 10 20-win seasons for Leon Rice. They're one of 7 programs in the western part of the country to have 8 different 20-win seasons since 2013, 2014, but he's got 20 total in his career at Boise State. Hard-earned win, smart plays at the end to wrap it up. I did switch the mic on this when I saw this, Johnny, so hopefully that evened out some of the difference in the volume. Coach volume was too low. Hopefully we raised it up a little bit. Team has a lot of poise. Great game, another bonus. I don't think he has a bonus. It was after 18 wins was the bonus. Yep. Time to sell out, Bronco Nation, according to Jen. Yeah. You got, so I know it's a Sunday night game, but it's 7:00. So, I mean, you shouldn't have any trouble getting there. And UNLV coming to town. I mean, they're a team that could, is kind of a sneaky team. So I think you need a big crowd on Sunday. And then I think you need a big crowd on Wednesday. I think that New Mexico game needs to be sold out. Yeah, I know it's 8:30 and people use that as an excuse, but they played it, it is what it is. It was 8:00 tonight, and they didn't have much of a crowd here, so I know that affects it. But I think if Boise State can win these next 2 games, they're going to be in a really nice spot going to, San Jose State. Really, they need to win all 3, but the 2 home games, put them in a good position going to San Jose State. Tyson, as you heard, said he did not get a part of the block, but he will gladly take the what the official scorer gave him. Here's a nice comment. Jacob says, such good coverage. BNN has really uplifted the Boise State community. Your show makes all the sports more interesting. Thanks for everything. See you at the event center. Wow, Jacob, I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. And definitely come over and say hello. You probably will be one of the few Boise State fans there. That's what Johnny says, and I agree with that. The officiating was a joke again. There were a couple calls that I didn't agree. There was a horrible charge call on Chibuzo Abo, I think it was. He was driving in, and the guy was like sliding over, and it was like shoulder to shoulder. The guy wasn't even close to being stopped, and somehow that was a charge on Abo. I didn't get that one. Yes, do what Bill says. Click the YouTube like button, like the video, and subscribe at the bottom. It's free. Just subscribe at the bottom. JD trying to be funny, knowing that Johnny's watching, says, I'm doing a great job. Not sure about the crew at KTIK. Funny there, JD. They do a great job. Joel says, you're the man, Najee. Let's see. Great to be able to see the interviews. Appreciate you guys. Nice comments here. I like to see that. Thank you very much for all the nice comments. I'm going to stop. I'll read one more. Best subscription I ever bought. Thank you, Kurt Blake. I appreciate that. But I'm going to stop reading some of these other ones where you're just thanking me. That is nice to say, though. But let's see. Come in for blood, Najee Smith said. Yep, he did. So you got to, let's see. Johnny says, glad I'm working, and he's drinking beer. You're drinking a Cutwater, right, Johnny? Not a beer. Johnny's drinking a Cutwater. I know he's a big Cutwater drinker. So let's see. Yeah, you asked Johnny and me for a drink at one time in the chat. Shot it down. Never know. We'll have to figure something out maybe. But no, appreciate everybody for checking us out. What a win, and it's just hard to put San Diego State's up to now 31-29. Shaver hurt. He did kind of injure the ankle a little bit late in the game. Don't know for sure, obviously, what is happening there, but I think that's just going to be something they're going to have to manage all season. And yes, Big Shot Shaver is 3 points away from 1,000, and now he can get that at home on Sunday night at Extra Mile Arena. So Derek says he missed the second free throw intention. Tyson missed second free throw intentionally, so they couldn't set up. We should have asked him about that. I don't think he was trying to do that, but is Tyson the Drew Timme of the Mountain West? That's actually not a bad comparison. So that's an interesting one. Let's see what else we got here. As I mentioned, we got some new people rolling in. We'll be putting this on sale in the next few weeks, but we're trying to get everybody to go ahead and put it on their calendar. The second annual Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament is June 2nd out at Timberstone. If we get enough interest, we'll do a morning and an afternoon flight. So we're really looking forward to that. And as folks said, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. We would love to have you on our YouTube channel, and you can download our app while you're at it, the new app, Boise State Athletics Daily Coverage, on our new free app. It's in your App Store and in Google Play, and it's free. So go download the app. We're taking the Idaho Central Credit Union YouTube chat. We're taking your comments here, and I'm not really in a hurry, and we got over 100 and something people still watching this. So folks have comments and want to keep talking about the game. I'm not in a hurry to rush out of here, but let's see. We'll take another look at the stats here and run down that and then get to some of the comments. Tyson Degenhardt, again, battling foul trouble, only played 24 minutes, but he gets 19 points on 7 of 10 shooting, and he hit 3 of 4 from three-point range. He's starting to heat it up from beyond the arc, and that's a really good sign for Boise State that Tyson Degenhardt is starting to get it going again from the outside. You had Marcus Shaver Jr. with 15 points. By the way, Degenhardt only played 24 minutes. I'm not sure if I said that or not, with the 4 fouls. So 19 points in 24 minutes is pretty efficient. 15 points for Shaver. In 31 minutes, Abo was 15 points in 32 minutes. I thought he was pretty impressive. Had a couple of huge shots in the second half. Max Rice only had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in 34 minutes. Did hit a big 3 to kind of help get Boise State back in the game there in the first half. Najee Smith, 17. And we didn't even give this guy any love, but I think, Jace Whiting had 2 points. But how about Lucas Milner? I think Lucas Milner, 5 points. He had 5 rebounds. I thought he played pretty well. I mean, right when he came in, he picked up a foul like 10 seconds in, and you're like, okay, here we go again, Lucas Milner. But I thought he was very impressive, and for as much as everyone has bashed on him, he deserves some praise. He had to play 22 minutes tonight due to the foul trouble to Tyson Degenhardt, and I thought Lucas Milner had at least one, 2 putbacks, had a couple big rebounds. I thought Lucas Milner, even though he only scored 5 points, 5 rebounds, I thought he had one of his better games of the season. So Lucas Milner deserves a little bit of love. But Boise State did play 11 players in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players, and they all played in the first half as well. You even saw Sadan Ganga get in there. Kobe Young got 9 minutes. Pavle got 2 minutes. But Jace Whiting had a nice driving layup there in the second half. He had 2 points in 13 minutes. But Najee Smith, I thought, was tremendous early on in the game. Boise State just couldn't get anything going offensively. He had 11 straight points for Boise State. He finishes with 17 and goes 6 for 6 from the foul line as well. Boise State goes 12 of 14 from the free throw line. That was a big factor in this game. Boise State shoots 49%. Colorado State shoots 52%, but Boise State only goes 8 of 21 from three-point range. It's 38%. Not terrible, but not the 59% that Colorado State went, hitting 13 of 22. Only 8 turnovers for each team. That wasn't really a big deal. Boise State does win the rebounding battle, 34-25. Boise State got the 7 bench points. Boise State wins the points in the paint, 36-30. Boise State only with 10 assists on the 30 field goals. But Boise State led for 21-59, trailed for 16-18. They had 6 lead changes. The game was tied 4 times, and it was tied for a total of 1 minute and 44 seconds. So the game was back and forth, and the Broncos get the win and get their 20th win of the season. We'll see what some of the other comments say on here. Hotter than a Texas parking lot. Kareem the Dream, like freckles on a redhead, also was one of his. Great showing, Milner. Keep it up, says Jake. Craven's literally repeated 3 of the same lines we have heard before. Yeah, I mean, I think this is his 3rd or 4th Boise State game. He's only got so many lines. So Craven uses the same lines every game, making a bingo card. Pretty sure we can get a blackout. Let's see. Guarding Shaver is like trying to nail Jello to a tree. I like that one, nailing Jello to a tree. Craven's like Shaver. Didn't he do another one about Shaver and a baby or something? My wife texted me something about that. Free Spay. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Mountain West is crazy. Feels like the underdogs are covering mostly versus the top teams. Milner's 5 felt like 50. I agree with that. I thought he was very good. Teams like Colorado State and Wyoming are going to be a scary come tournament time. Totally agree. Could be a very scary Mountain West tournament for some of these teams. Rough as a corn cob around the basket. Oh, Shaver's shot comes out soft as a baby's bottom. Yeah, there were some. That was. I'll have to go back and listen to that maybe on the flight back tomorrow. Let's see. Rough as an old corn. Almost muted it after that one. That's funny. Kareem the Dream said it, so it must be true. Degenhart better than Timmy. There you go. Okay, out of the next 5 games, how many and which ones can they lose? Still make the NCAA tournament. You can't lose the 2 home games. I'm going to say that. You got to win. Well, you got 3 home games left, I guess, but you got to win. You got to win the next 2. You got to beat UNLV and you got to beat New Mexico. If you can win both those home games, I think you're in a pretty good position for the tournament, and I think you would like to win 2 of the remaining 3 games if you could. But if you can go on the road and beat San Jose, and then you just come back and lose to Utah State and San Diego State in the final 2 games, I still think you're in. So I think if you win the next 3 games, I personally think that you're in. You'll be at 23 wins. And you know what? It's crazy. Everyone kind of, there were a lot of people nationally that kind of jumped off the bandwagon when Boise State got killed by San Diego State. But Boise State's in a position to finish with the same, or even if they win out, a better record than they had last year. So going into the Mountain West tournament. So all is not lost. And you'd like to, you'd like to win the next 4. You'd like to win the 2 home games against UNLV and New Mexico. You'd like to go win at San Jose, and then you'd like to win at San Diego State or at home against San Diego State. If you do that, I think you might clinch yourself a chance of a share of the title. And if you win all 4 of those and then just lose the 1 game at Utah State, a quad 1 game, I don't think that's going to hurt you for the tournament. We got some highlights from Colin Mitchell here. They're a little choppy on my end, so I apologize for that if that's me or if that's the internet. But what a battle down the stretch. And these are just the kind of final last couple of baskets there at the end of the game. This was the one with a little over 2 minutes left. Great block. Didn't give Lucas Milner credit for the block. He had a great block there. And then Boise State going to work on the offensive end. Tabuzo Abo. They're going to leave him open. He'll take it. He hits the shot there that puts Boise State up by 6, 75-69 with 2:16 left. You're feeling pretty good. They came back and obviously hit a 3. Then Stevens throws it away at that point. So, you're thinking, Boise State's in a good spot. I think they're up 4 at this point. Max Rice, they're not going to call the foul. He finally throws it ahead. They didn't call a foul there when Abo got hit in the face. They finally do call a foul. I thought they were going to call a jump ball. I think at that point, that was the right call there, by the way. I don't know if they showed the angle on TV, but it clearly hit off his foot and went out of bounds, so I thought that was the right call. They do finally get it in bounds. That was almost a disaster, but Najee Smith gets the ball back, gets the foul. He goes to the free throw line, and he made both. Kudos to Najee Smith. He makes 2 free throws, puts Boise State up 79-75. He hit the first one, obviously came back and hit the second one. So you're thinking, Boise State's up with by 4 with 17 seconds left here. They're in a decent shape, but you know what's coming next, of course. Stevens, who could barely walk, he had an ankle problem as well. He hits the pull-up 3 with good defense from Jace Whiting right in his face. 9 seconds left. That makes it a 79-78 lead for Boise State. Broncos get the ball in. Degenhart is fouled there with 6.5 seconds to go. Degenhart obviously had 2. The first one he made. You're up 2 at this point, 80-78. The first one was huge. And then you have the second free throw, which is where all the drama happens. And you like having them at the line here. You have you feel good about it, but it rims off. The clock starts. CSU gets it to Tanji, who had been hot. They can't get it back to Stevens. Great defense there. The hand went straight up. No foul call at the end, and Boise State survives and celebrates a nice win there at Moby Arena. Again, Bronco Nation News, the only local media outlet aside from Bob Beeler and KTIK that made the trip here. So hopefully you'll consider a subscription, $6.99 a month or $70 for a full year. Gets you a full year for $70. You get a shirt, you get a gift card, you get some exclusive recruiting coverage, daily emails, discounts, some other giveaways, all kinds of stuff. And you're also helping support us and allowing us to be here and give you live video, post-game interviews on the post-game show. Johnny says the team still hasn't had the hiccup versus a lower team in the league. Most teams have. Very impressive. Wonder what he thinks about UNLV on Sunday. Monday's President's Day too. Yeah, I mean, I think a decent number of people still work on Monday, but I guess I forgot about that being the case as well. So it should be a big crowd, but I don't see them losing the 2 home games. I think Boise State is going to use the momentum from tonight, and I think you feel pretty good about them beating UNLV on Sunday, and depending on Jalen House's situation, New Mexico on Tuesday as well. When is that game? Let's see when that game is. New Mexico plays San Jose on Friday, and then they don't play till the Boise State game. So the game against San Diego State is after the Boise State game for New Mexico. So New Mexico goes back-to-back with Boise State and San Diego State. I agree with Milner. Thought he did great. Milner time, great defensive block. Yeah, he had the block there that you saw. Got rocked in the face on that one play. Took it like a champ. Milner's coming around. Let's see what else. Need to recruit some bigs in the middle next year. Yeah, I would assume they'll hit the transfer portal hard for a center next year. Milner getting some big rebounds. I should ask Leon Rice about him because he deserved a little credit. He had a great game there, and I just forgot. What's the peak seed Boise State could be? If they win out, I don't know why they couldn't be 6, probably 5 or 6 if they win out and win the Mountain West tournament as well, maybe a 5 seed. But you saw last year how it didn't really help them in the tournament, so who knows. Clinching back-to-back regular season championship on March 4th in Logan would be something. Drive back safely. Bob, you should have come over and said hello. Roads are bad. I'm actually spending the night here, Bob. The team went back. The team was going to try to get back to the Denver airport, but I am staying in Colorado. Where are we at? Fort Collins tonight, and then I'll be getting up about 5 in the morning to drive back to the airport for the flight. I decided with the weather, it was hard enough getting here today. I wasn't going to do it in the dark, so I guess it'll be dark at 5 a.m., but I was going to give them a few more hours, hopefully, on the roads. Feel like losing to San Jose and New Mexico and UNLV would be resume killers. San Jose is a quad 2 game. San Jose would not be a terrible loss. It's like, San Jose is good. So the UNLV one at home and the New Mexico one at home would be bad because they're home losses. But no, San Jose game would not be a game that would kill them, but it would be a game that they have to have. The crowd was dead. What a difference a year without Roddy makes. Yeah, man, last time they were storming the court, it was a full crowd, and now you have a much smaller crowd and not nearly the atmosphere at the end of the game. There actually was a little bit of an issue with looked like a fan. I do have a video of it. I might post it to Twitter. There was some incident with a fan and some of Boise State's bench right when the game ended. I didn't. By the time I got my camera going, there was just a lot of yelling and people trying to get security and holding everybody back. I didn't see any punches thrown or anything, but there was a Colorado State fan right behind the bench having to be held back from one of Boise State's coaches or players. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but I don't think it was anything that was a big deal. I can check on that. But again, want to thank our major sponsors, Cutwater Spirits. Check more than one of their 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Rowpaint.com. If you need a painting, you have some painting needs, 15% off using that promo code BNN15 at rowpaint.com. Lithia Ford Boise, they'll give you a cash offer on the spot for your vehicle. Take advantage of it and do it now. And if you want to purchase a vehicle, do what the Rains family did. We're so happy with our F-150 from Lithia Ford Boise. But again, if you don't want to buy from them, they'll take your trade and make you a cash offer on the spot and buy your used car as well. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, the mobile e-branch online banking, so easy to use. And the Rains family is so happy that we made the switch to Idaho Central Credit Union. As I said, if you're looking for a job, TCS, transcomservice.com can help you every step of the way to get out there towing that first load in no time. Check them out, transcomservice.com, if you want to get into the trucking industry. Boise Dentistry Co., Dr. Minert. Check them out. 5 locations across the Treasure Valley, full family dentistry. They do a great job there at Boise Dentistry Co. They also do a great job at United Commercial Insurance. 44 states around the country, they can write business policy insurance. So make sure you check them out, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Ridley's Family Markets. Go download the app. Go download the Ridley's app. when I was going through the sponsors earlier, I think I might have accidentally skipped Ridley's. So Ridley's app is out there in the App Store on your phone, and you can get up to 40% off, some huge exclusive savings at Ridley's Family Markets. So make sure you check them out, and you won't be disappointed with the deals you get. And they got 13 locations across the state of Idaho, some in some nearby states as well. They got one in Laramie, Wyoming. So you never know where you'll find a Ridley's Family Markets. You can find a location near you at shopridleys.com. I mentioned the Blue and Orange store. They got that Boise State gear, the blueandorangestore.com. They're offering 40% off, $40 gets you free shipping. So they're offering 100% off on the shipping if you make an order of at least $40. If you're in Boise area, you can go to the Boise Town Square Mall. They got the Degenhart shaver, all the NIL shirts there in store at the Blue and Orange store. And Matt Bauscher Real Estate, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, is BauscherRealEstate.com. Matt Bauscher and his team do a tremendous job, so we appreciate them. And if no home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. If you're looking for to work on your game, they can do the club fitting. They can do all the things at the Timberstone Golf Course. PlayTimberstone.com. Tad can do the lessons on the TrackMan system, all that great stuff. So Timberstone.com. Play Timberstone.com. Timberstone Golf Course can help you get ready. I'll be heading back out for another lesson next week, hopefully, if the weather is a little bit better. And as I said, June 2nd is going to be the golf tournament, so make sure you check that out and get ready for when we put it on sale, because it's going to sell out, and you want to be ready to get in quickly while you can. So we'll see if we got any final questions coming in here. Let's go back here and see. Fresno giving San Diego State hell. Does BSU want Fresno to win that? I think the Cutwaters might be catching up to Johnny. Yeah, you definitely want that to be a San Diego State loss, because that would put Boise State into first place in the conference. 4 minutes left. Got to keep the show going. Let's see, 42-41 with 3 minutes left. Great job. Good night, guys. Yeah, I'm actually going to get off of here so I can watch the end of this as well. You guys stop watching this. Go watch the San Diego State Fresno game. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I still have a story to write. I got photos and video to put in the system. It's going to be a long night here, and then a quick morning till I leave about 5 o'clock to drive back to the airport. 8:30 flight on Southwest Airlines. So we'll be back in Boise by about 10:30 tomorrow, weather permitting, and we'll be having interviews probably Friday for the game on Sunday right away, turning it around. So great win for Boise State, 80-78. It was a fun trip, and happy to have made the trip, and glad that it worked out. Boise State got the win, 80-78. So thanks to Colin Mitchell for jumping in with the highlights there at the end. Thank you for all of your comments. Very good viewership tonight. Don't know if it was quite record, but great viewership, great comments, and the show is much easier when we have comments and things to talk about, and it was a lot of fun. So appreciate all of you, and thank you for the kind words in the chat. Can't do the shows without you guys. So 80-78, Boise State wins this one. They'll be back in action Sunday night at Extra Mile Arena against UNLV. I'll be back Friday morning with Jay Tuss. We'll do a Friday show Friday morning with Jay Tuss. And by the way, Colin Mitchell will be covering women's gymnastics on Friday night and Boise State women's basketball on Saturday. So the coverage will continue throughout the weekend as BNN tries to provide coverage of all sports, not just Boise State basketball and football. So gymnastics Friday night, women's basketball on Saturday. We will be at both of those. So have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow again. 80-78 the final. Boise State wins this one over Colorado State. The Broncos now 20-6 on the season, 10-3. They're one game back of first place. Maybe here in a couple minutes they're going to be in first place. We'll find out. So thanks again. Rowpaint.com, Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show, a road trip coverage sponsored by ICCU. My name's BJ Rains, and go subscribe. $70 for the whole year, $6.99 for the month. And if that's not doable for you, at least subscribe on the YouTube channel there at the bottom of the screen for free. So thanks. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, Bronco Nation